Hi there, Finnish language learners, and welcome to Finnish lesson number 28. In this lesson, we'll study the formation of the partitive singular. Here you can see the outline of this lesson. And by the way, if at this point you are more interested in how to use the partitive with example sentences, then please take a look at Finnish lesson number 25. Basically, it covers more or less everything you need to know about that topic. But in this video, we'll carry on studying how to form the partitive singular. First, we'll study some general characteristics. Then we'll study the partitive for personal pronouns, covering both the standard and spoken Finnish. After that, we'll study how to choose the ending for the partitive case in singular. We'll also take a closer look at words ending in I and nen. And finally, as the case is often with grammar rules, there are also exceptions. So we'll cover some of them too. The good news about the partitive singular is that there is no KPT variation at all. The case endings for the partitive singular are a, ta, or ta, with double T. You need to pay attention to the vowel harmony when choosing either a or a at the end of the partitive. Now, if you are not sure what vowel harmony is, I'll link another video for you. First, let's take a look at personal pronouns. As in many other languages, you'll be hearing them a lot. Let's read the partitive forms together. Minua. Minua. Sinua, sinua. Häntä, häntä. Meitä, meitä. Teitä, teitä. Heitä, heitä. There are also forms that are often used in the spoken Finnish. Let's take a look at them too. Mua, mua. Sua, sua. Sitä, sitä. Meitä, meitä. Teitä, teitä. Niitä, niitä. Please note that spoken forms always depend on the speaker and the region. Until you are sure when it's okay to use more colloquial language, it's totally fine to stick to standard Finnish. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's see a few example sentences on how to use the partitive with personal pronouns. Who do you love? Ketä sinä rakastat? Ketä sinä rakastat? Please note that the question word ketä is also in the partitive, the nominative being kuka. So it's ketä sinä rakastat? Ketä sinä rakastat? Because the verb to love, rakastaa, is a so-called partitive verb, it requires the use of the partitive case. I love him. Rakastan häntä. Rakastan häntä. Then another example. Who are you waiting for? Ketä sinä odotat? Ketä sinä odotat? I'm waiting for you. Odotan sinua. Odotan sinua. The verb to wait, odottaa, is also a so-called partitive verb. Thus, we need to use the partitive case with it. Odotan sinua. Odotan sinua. As I mentioned earlier, the partitive has 3 possible endings. Well, how do you know which one to choose? Of course, the more you listen to the language and the more you use it, the more automatic the choice will be. But also, luckily, there are some simple grammar rules for this. Let's take a look at them. If the word ends in any other vowel apart from E, you'll add the short partitive ending a or a, depending on the vowel harmony. Let's see some examples. You can read the English translation next to each word. Let's read the Finnish words together. Kissa, kissaa. Kissa, kissaa. Talo, taloa. Talo, taloa. Koulu, koulua. Koulu, koulua. Kylmä, kylmää. Kylmä, kylmää. Pöllö, pöllöä. Pöllö, pöllöä. The same rule applies if the word ends in the following vowel combinations. Ia, as in the word Italian. Italia, Italiaa. Italia, Italiaa. Ea, as in the Finnish word for difficult. Vaikea, vaikeaa. Vaikea, vaikeaa. Or ea, as in dark in Finnish. Pimeä, pimeää. Pimeä, pimeää. So in these cases, the partitive singular ending is either a or ä. You'll use the ending ta or tä if the word ends in two vowels, such as in the word country. Maa, maata. Maa, maata. A museum, museo, museota. Museo, museota. A tree or wood, puu, puuta. Puu, puuta. You'll also use this ending if the word ends in one of the following consonants: L, N, S, or T. A step, askel, askelta. Askel, askelta. A phone, puhelin, puhelinta. Puhelin, puhelinta. A tooth, hammas, hammasta. Hammas, hammasta. The spring, kevät, kevättä. Kevät, kevättä. So, with these cases, the ending for the partitive singular is either ta or tä. If the word ends in the vowel e, the ending of partitive singular is double TA or double TA with dots, as can be seen in these example words. A room, huone, huonetta. Huone, huonetta. An address, osoite, osoitetta. Osoite, osoitetta. The same goes if the word ends in WS, uus, or WYS, yys. For example, in the word space, avaruus, avaruutta. Avaruus, avaruutta. Friendship, ystävyys, ystävyyttä. Ystävyys, ystävyyttä. The words ending in the vowel I form a group of their own when studying the partitive singular. There are 4 types of words that we need to focus on. The first group is easy. These are new words ending in the letter I. You simply add a or ä to form the partitive singular. For example, a police officer, poliisi, poliisia. Poliisi, poliisia. A bank, pankki, pankkia. Pankki, pankkia. A post office or mail, posti, postia. Posti, postia. This group has many words, and there probably will be new ones, as the words in this group are often loan words from other languages. The second group are old words in which the I at the end of the word changes into E. For example, Finnish, Suomi, Suomea. Suomi, Suomea. A door, ovi, ovea. Ovi, ovea. You have probably already used this or will be using this a lot when you are telling people I study Finnish. Opiskelen suomea. Opiskelen suomea. Or I speak Finnish. Puhun suomea. Puhun suomea. The third group of the words ending in the letter I are old words which take the ending ta or ta in partitive singular. These words end in ri, ni, or li. For example, young, nuori, nuorta. Nuori, nuorta. Small or little, pieni, pientä. Pieni, pientä. A fire, tuli, tulta. Tuli, tulta. And finally, the last group are old words ending with si, such as water, vesi, vettä. Vesi, vettä. A hand, käsi, kättä. Käsi, kättä. New, uusi, uutta. Uusi, uutta. One familiar use of this form is, for example, in New Year's when people say hyvää uutta vuotta. Hyvää uutta vuotta. Happy New Year. When you learn words that end with I, unfortunately, there is no way you can know which partitive ending they will take. You need to hear how they are used, read them in context, or then you can use the dictionary or word conjugator to make sure what is the partitive form. There are many words in Finnish that end with nen, N-E-N. To form the partitive with these words, you can remove the nen ending and replace it with SDA or SDA with dots. For example, Finnish. Suomalainen, suomalaista. Suomalainen, suomalaista. A human being, a person. Ihminen, ihmistä. Ihminen, ihmistä. Blue. Sininen, sinistä. Sininen, sinistä. Glad. Iloinen, iloista. Iloinen, iloista. There are some exceptions to the rules that we have covered so far. Here are some common ones. Let's read them together. A child. Lapsi, lasta. Lapsi, lasta. A sea. Meri, merta. Meri, merta. A knife. Veitsi, veistä. Veitsi, veistä. One. Yksi, yhtä. Yksi, yhtä. Two. Kaksi, kahta. Kaksi, kahta. Now that you know the grammar rules, you can practice using them in the following video. See you there.